Hello everyone, my name is Katie. I am the introverted reader, the out of wind reader. But today I'm doing a little book haul for you. I did say that birthday book haul will be coming soon. It was my birthday there at the end of February. Thank you so much to all that wish me a happy birthday and then some. Thank you for everybody that has been following me on Twitter these last couple days. It's been very overwhelming, but thank you so much. Let's just get comfy. So I have next to me here some books. Some were bought for me and some were bought myself. I'll start with the ones that I bought myself. Well, technically these two were pre-orders, but they arrived like around the month of February. The first one is Concrete Rose by Angie Thomas. I'm going to be reading this month for the Femathon. This is the Waterstones exclusive edition with the sprayed edges. We love that. So this is kind of like a prequel to The Hate You Give. This is about Maverick Carter, who is Star Carter's father, and it's basically about him as a 17-year-old. What's the name of the community? I can't remember the name of the area it is that they all live in, but his father is in prison and he's kind of trying to support his mom, who is working 2 jobs, and the role of like King Lord is like forced on him, and then he finds out that he's a father and he sort of gets the opportunity to like go straight, to get out of working with like the gangs and stuff. So I'm really excited to read this, and like I love anything Angie Thomas has put out, so I'm looking forward to it. The next one that was a pre-order was A Vow So Bold and Deadly by Bridget Kemmer. This is the 3rd book in the Cursed So Dark and Lonely trilogy. I can't remember, is it Cursebreakers? Is it called the Cursebreakers trilogy? I can't remember. But yes, I got this. Look at those lovely spines. I love the spine. And again, I'm going to be reading it in March, so I'll tell you guys more about it once I'm done. The next one I just bought myself. Was The House in the Cerulean Sea by TJ Clune. I read this in February. It was wonderful. I gave it 5 stars. It's a story about this man called Linus Baker, and he's a caseworker, and he basically goes around all different orphanages to make sure that everything's okay, that the children are okay, and that the people looking after them are doing their jobs. And he goes to this one particular orphanage on this little island in the middle of nowhere, and he gets there and things change for him, and it's gay as well, which we love. So yes, I love this. The cover is gorgeous and I'm so glad I read it. The next one that I bought myself was one that I heard about, through like Twitter and stuff, and I read the synopsis and I just had to have it, and it is A Dark and Hollow Star by Ashley Shuttleworth. All I knew was that it was a queer fae story, which certainly is a change from all of the straight fairy stories floating around. Let me see. The half-fae outcast, desperate for acceptance, the tempestuous fury, hell-bent on revenge, the dutiful prince determined to earn his place, the brooding guardian burdened by a terrible secret. Each holds a key to solving a series of murders that threaten to expose fairies to the human world, but they cannot do it alone. To track down the killer, they will have to form a tenuous alliance, putting their differences and conflicts aside. Oh, so yeah, I'm excited about this, and I heard that it was queer. I don't know how the queerness is going to play in it or what it's going to be, but I'm excited. And I normally don't read fae stories. I hate fairies, but I'm hoping that this one changes that for me because I really want to read it. The next one again was a pre-order, and it's Juno Dawson's What's the Tea. This is kind of like the sister book to This Book is Gay by Juno Dawson, which you should all read. It's fantastic. I haven't read this yet. It's on my TBR for March, but basically it is your no-nonsense guide to all things trans and or non-binary. So, and like I love Juno Dawson. She's probably one of my favorite authors. I read a whole bunch of her books last year, and I plan on reading literally everything this woman puts out. I would read her shopping list at this point. So I'm really excited to read this, and if you haven't picked this up yet, I highly recommend you do. But like anything that I've mentioned in the next little bit, you know, you should pick them up. The next one I want to show you is actually a bind up of comic books, and I'm so excited about it because I didn't think that it was gonna come, but then it finally arrived and I was so excited. It's Avatar: The Last Airbender, The Rift. This is a bind up of 3 volumes, I believe. Obviously I can't really give a full synopsis without spoiling anything, because if you haven't watched Avatar, you've absolutely no idea what I'm talking about. But this is kind of like the 3rd little volume bind up in the Avatar comics. There's The Promise, and then there's The Search, and then there's this. There is also another one, another bind up that I ordered. I think it's called it's like Smoking something, like of Smoking, I want to say Smoking Bone, but I don't think that's right. But I have this, and like this is thick. This is way thicker than any of the other ones, and like I am super excited to read this. I'm super excited. So I do have some ideas for some Avatar themed videos that I want to do, so if you're a fan and you want to be a part of it, let me know. But yeah, super excited to read this. That's the last of the books that I read that I bought myself. The next lot of books I want to show you were ones that my lovely sister got for me for my birthday. I gave her my wish list thinking she'll probably pick out 1 or 2, but no, she went and bought me 8 books. 8 books. I could have cried when she told me, but anyway. The first one that she bought for me was Camp by Elsie Rossen. I read Jack of Hearts by Elsie Rossen last year, and I really liked it. And basically this one is about a 16-year-old Randy Kappelhoff, and he goes to this camp every summer for queer kids. And you know, like, he loves doing theater, he loves everything to do with being at summer camp, he loves hanging with his friends, and but he has this crush on this other boy, but this other boy, who the author says is only into straight acting guys and barely knows Randy exists. So Randy is like, I want to be with this boy, I really like this boy, and he sort of takes it upon himself to try and change himself to be like someone that Hudson would like. And it says, but as he and Hudson grow closer, Randy has to ask himself how much he is willing to change for love. So, and it's set in a camp, it's gay, like, I can't wait to read this. The next one that my sister got for me was Rebel Rose by Emma Therault, Theriault, Therault. I think this is like the first in a series. So basically it's set 1789. And France is on the brink of revolution. Belle has broken the enchantress's curse, restoring the beast to his human form and bringing life back to their castle in the Principality of Avion. But in Paris, the fires of change are burning, and it's only a matter of time before the rebellion arrives on their doorstep. So yes, basically the spell has been broken, everything's grand. But obviously the country is changing, and it's just really just like Belle thinking to herself, like, can I really do this? Like, can I really run this castle and this little county that we're all in? So yeah, I'm really excited to read this. It's not your average Beauty and the Beast retelling, which it's not even a retelling, it's an expansion on the story. So I'm really excited to get into this, and I believe, yes, this captivating new series reimagines sissy princesses as rulers in their own right. So, and the series is called The Queen's Council, so I'm really excited about that. The next one my sister got me was Clap When You Land by Elizabeth Acevedo. I read With the Fire on High by Elizabeth Acevedo last year, or was it this? No, it was last year. Absolutely adored it, and this one is one of her books that is written in verse. With the Fire on High was written, you know, in prose, like a proper novel, but this is written in verse. So I might get the audiobook for this, actually, because I believe Elizabeth narrates it herself. But anyway, what are these girls' names? Okay, so this is basically a story about these 2 girls called Camino and Yaharia. Let me know if I'm pronouncing those right. But basically one lives in New York, the other one lives in the Dominican Republic. They are half sisters, but they don't know about each other. And their dad kind of goes back and forth visiting each of them, but obviously one doesn't know about the other. They just think he's away traveling or working or whatever. And the father sadly dies in a car crash. So it's basically, they're basically forced to sort of like, obviously come to terms with their father's sudden death, but also they end up meeting each other, and it's sort of just the events that follow after that, and you know, find out more about their father and more about themselves and whatever. So I'm really, really excited to read this, and this cover is gorgeous. So yeah, super excited to read this. The next ones that my sister got me was an entire series. And it's one that I read years ago, but I wanted to reread them so much, so I put them on my list, and she got me the entire Lunar Chronicles series. So we have Cinder, Scarlet, Cress, and Winter. So this is basically a futuristic series, sort of based on fairy tales. So obviously Cinderella, Red Riding Hood, Rapunzel, and Snow White. Again, I read these, wow, oh my goodness, how long was it? Like, I remember reading Winter in 2015, but I blanked 2015 out. But, oh my goodness, like, how floppy. But, yes, I read them away ages ago, and then I ended up, I actually got rid of them. I just wanted to reread them again, and I was just like, do you know what, I want to get myself nice copies of them and reread them again. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to reread these, and I'm really, really excited because I love Marissa Meyer, and this series is so good. I love this. So, and if anyone wants to reread these with me, you're more than welcome. Okay, put those down. The last book that my sister got for me is actually a comic book, and I'm really, really excited about it because it's Nightmare Before Christmas. It's The Nightmare Before Christmas, the story of the movie in comics. So this is basically the movie in like comic or slash graphic novel form. So let's just see. Oh my goodness. Look at the art. Can you calm down? Honestly, look at that artwork. That is amazing. And like, if anyone knows me, knows that I adore Nightmare Before Christmas. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. I love Jack Skellington with my whole heart. I have several Funkos of him behind me here, if you can't see. See, look. Oh, I love it. Like, I love Nightmare Before Christmas. I love it. And like, I will definitely be flicking through this and probably collecting every possible book edition of this movie that I can find. So yes, that is my book haul. For basically, these are books I bought myself, and obviously books that were bought by my lovely sister. So yeah, I may have more books coming in. But yeah, that is the end of that. We'll just call this like birthday book haul part 1 for now. If I get any more, I'll haul them for you again. But yes, so thank you for watching. My Instagram and Twitter are down below as always. I have 700 or so followers now on Twitter, and I very nearly went into a spiral last night thinking about it. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Instagram, Twitter down below, along with my Amazon wish list, but again, don't feel obliged. Subscribe if you haven't already, and be sure to ring the bell so you know when my next video is coming up, which might be another like little birthday haul, but it won't be books, it might be some other stuff. But yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.